Welcome to your 5 on 5. I'm Anna Weeks, and I'm here with Ruth Sears. She's a volunteer with the Josephine County Sheriff's Search and Rescue. Thank you so much for being here.
Nice to be here.
Thank you. So I hear there are some classes to get people more involved in the search and rescue program. Can you tell me a little bit about those?
Yes, we have an annual academy, the OSSA Academy, that's Oregon State Sheriff's Association, and it is starting on March 10th this year. It will be Tuesday evenings, Thursday evenings, and Saturday, about half the day Saturday, through March and April. And it covers a variety of topics. We heavily stress navigation in the wilderness, communications, radio communications, first aid, survival skills, how to build a fire, how to build a shelter, legal stuff, which we have to know. A whole lot of skills involved in search and rescue. And when you graduate the academy, you will be ready to be a ground searcher with Josephine County Search and Rescue.
So can anybody do this, or do they have to be a resident of Josephine County?
Oh, we'll poach residents of other counties anytime. Do not have to be a resident of Josephine County, and you do not have to be physically fit enough to go into the field. There are other roles in search and rescue. There are community events, planning, and communications. Our communications team don't go marching around up and down the mountains.
And so I know you did mention it's multiple days of the week. So can you talk a little bit about that time commitment as far as when you are taking those classes, but also when you get to be a part of the search and rescue team?
Yeah, you really don't want to miss the classes. We can do some amount of makeup work if people, especially if people let us know ahead of time during the academy. We have a lot of members standing by to help with instruction, and we can catch people up if they do have to miss some amount of the academy, but it comes at you pretty thick and fast. You get a binder about that thick of all the information so you can, study it at home and whatnot. In terms of time commitment, you are required by the State Sheriff's Association to have 30 hours a year of training. That's not at all hard to do. We have annual general meetings monthly and have an hour of training before each general meeting. So that's 12 hours right there. Specialty teams train gobs of hours too. Do not have to be involved in a specialty team. You do have to be in search and rescue as a ground searcher for 6 months before you're allowed to join any of the specialty teams. But you can start hanging out at their trainings sooner and see what they're all about.
Well, that's awesome. And I have so many more questions for you, but we're gonna actually cut to commercial break and we'll see you right back. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. I'm Anna Weeks, and I'm here with Ruth Sears from the Josephine County Search and Rescue. She's a volunteer with the program. We were talking about classes that are starting up to kind of get people involved in search and rescue. So can you tell me, how many people do you have involved right now?
I believe we have about 100 volunteers in our organization right now. Not all of those are field searchers. We have people who run the community events or man roadblocks for cruise night or the parades, things like that. So people who are not worthy of marching up and down mountains can still find a place in search and rescue.
And I know earlier you kind of mentioned that there are specialties you can kind of get involved in.
Oh, yes, there are. The rope rescue team. Canines who are crazy, they train all the time, but it's very rewarding. We have a very solid canine team. Let's see, we have the ATV and the snow team. They've been pretty active these last few weeks. Dive team, if you know how to dive already. Oh, we have a mounted SAR with one lonely little horse right now.
One lonely horse.
So if you ride horses, that would be a great way to get involved too.
Sounds like there's a lot of teams and a lot of different avenues people can go down to if they want to get involved.
Yes, we have the communications and a UAV team. They don't like the word drone, and they've been very active as well.
And so do you just do work in Josephine County, or?
No, we don't. We are part of the CORSAR, which is the California-Oregon Regional Search and Rescue, and it's started out being 9 counties in Southern Oregon and Northern California, and I think it's up to 11 counties now. I believe it is a model for the rest of the state is watching and looking at this. Josephine County was instrumental in getting that going. We train together, and anytime there's a call out a search that goes over 12 hours or your typical first operational period, we have a CORSAR call out. So we've been to all the other counties, Del Norte, Siskiyou, Coos, Curry, Klamath, Jackson, Douglas, Lake, I think is the other ninth one. And it's really nice to get to know our surrounding search and rescue teams.
And when do these classes again start up?
The classes for the Academy will start on March 10.
And where if people do want to get involved, then where would they go to get
You
information?
go online to the Josephine County Sheriff's page, and there will be a search and rescue page. You can scroll down and find Join Search and Rescue and get to the application to join search and rescue
Perfect.
online.
Well, thank you so much
absolutely.
for joining us on the 5 on 5.
My pleasure.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. Again, this is Ruth Sears with Josephine County Search and Rescue. Thank you for coming, and check back in after this commercial break.